My beloved child, stop for a moment and breathe, for the frantic pace of the world ends here at the threshold of my presence. Do you truly believe it was by mere chance that your eyes landed upon these words at this exact second? Do you believe it was a simple coincidence of an algorithm that brought my voice to your ears in the middle of your deepest exhaustion? No, my precious one, this is a divine appointment, a sacred intersection of time and eternity that I have prepared specifically for you. Long before the foundations of this world were laid, long before your first breath was drawn, I saw this very moment. I saw the weight you are carrying. I heard the silent screams of your soul. And I orchestrated every detail of your day, every turn of your path to lead you right here to me. This is not just a digital message. It is a lifeline thrown from the shores of heaven to the depths of your current storm. I have been watching you, my chosen one, waiting for this perfect alignment where your weariness meets my sovereign strength. Before I reveal the immense blessing and the deep restoration that is being released over your life tonight, I want you to acknowledge this holy encounter. Declare your presence before the throne of grace right now. Type "I am here, Lord" or 7007 in the comments to open the gates of heaven and signal that you are listening with an open heart. Do not let this moment pass in silence, for your words are the seeds of your spiritual manifestation. Furthermore, I invite you to join this family of believers who seek my face daily. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. Let this be your first act of faith, a physical sign of your spiritual agreement with the shift that is about to take place. By doing so, you are telling the spiritual realm that you belong to the light and that you are ready to step into the glorious destiny I have carved for you. This simple act of commitment anchors your soul to the promise I am about to speak over your life. Right now, in this very atmosphere, something shiftless is beginning to move in the unseen realm. Right now, the chains that have bound your hands and the scales that have covered your eyes are starting to crumble under the weight of my glory. Right now, I am speaking to the winds of change to blow in your direction, carrying with them a breakthrough that has your name written upon it in the ink of my eternal love. You have felt behind, you have felt forgotten, but I tell you today that you are being positioned for a manifestation so great that it will silence every critic and heal every hidden wound. There is a specific miracle, a divine delivery that is scheduled for release in your life starting tonight. It is not a matter of if, but a matter of when. And I am telling you that the clock has struck the hour of your visitation. Stay still, listen closely, and let my peace wash over you, for the great I Am is in the room with you, and everything is about to change forever. My child, I have seen you in the quietest, darkest hours of the night. I have seen you staring at the ceiling as the clock ticks toward 3 a.m. Your mind a whirlwind of worries, regrets, and unanswered questions that seem to grow louder as the world grows still. I saw the way your heart felt heavy, as if the weight of the entire world were pressing down on your chest, making it hard to draw a simple breath. I was there when you turned off the lights and finally let the mask fall. The mask of strength, the mask of "I am okay," the mask that you wear so perfectly for your family, your friends, and your colleagues. I saw the silent tears that traced paths down your cheeks, the ones you quickly wiped away so no one would know how much you were truly hurting. You think you are alone in those moments of profound solitude, but I tell you I was sitting right there beside you on the very edge of your bed. I heard every whispered prayer that didn't have words, every groan of your soul that was too deep for human language to express. I know the loneliness that bites at your spirit even when you are in a room full of people, and I know the soul-crushing exhaustion that comes from being the one everyone else leans on while you feel you have no one to lean on but me. I feel your weariness, my beloved, and I want you to know that your secret pain has never been invisible to my eyes. I have felt every ounce of the exhaustion that clings to your bones, the kind of tiredness that sleep cannot cure. I see how you have poured out your love, your time, and your energy into others, giving until you feel like an empty vessel, a dry well with nothing left to offer yourself. I have seen you stumble under the burden of being the strong one, the one who carries the family, the one who solves the problems, the one who never breaks. But I see the cracks in your soul, my precious one, and I do not judge them. I cherish them because they are the very places where my light and my healing power enter. I saw you in those moments when you felt like you were falling apart, but I want you to know that you weren't falling apart, you were falling into my arms. Every tear you shed in the middle of the night was caught and collected by me. Not a single drop has been wasted. They are the seeds of a future joy that is being watered even now in the spiritual realm. You have been so tired of the struggle and the constant uphill battle, but I am here to tell you that the season of weeping in secret is coming to an abrupt end. I am the God who restores what the darkness tried to steal in the dead of night. I am the one who heals the wounds that no one else can see and mends the heart that you thought was permanently broken. Rest your head now in my peace, for the great physician is performing a deep work in your spirit at this very moment. I see your faithfulness in the dark, and I am preparing to reward you in the light. My beloved child, I have watched you labor in the fields of your life with a heart that is increasingly heavy. I have seen your hands grow weary from the toil, and your spirit grow faint from the weight of unfulfilled expectations. I have seen you pouring your absolute best, your blood, your sweat, and your most fervent prayers into projects, careers, and relationships that seem to remain stubbornly stagnant. I know the stinging, silent frustration of doing everything right, following every instruction, and working twice as hard as those around you, only to be met with another closed door, another rejection, or another season of not yet. I have watched you plant seeds of hope in the morning and water them with tears in the evening, only to look out and see a landscape that remains dry and barren. You have sacrificed your comfort, your rest, and your own desires to build something meaningful. Yet the tangible results never seem to match the sheer magnitude of your effort. I hear the quiet, painful question that echoes in the halls of your soul. Lord, is my labor in vain? Have you seen how hard I am trying? I tell you now, with the authority of the Creator, not a single ounce of your effort has gone unnoticed. I have recorded every hour of overtime, every extra mile you walked when you wanted to quit, and every sacrifice you made in the hidden places. I know how much it hurts to look around and see others who seem to achieve overnight success with a fraction of the effort you have invested. I see you watching as doors swing wide open for people who haven't prayed as long, worked as hard, or cared as much as you do. You see them promoted while you are overlooked. You see them thriving in abundance while you are still counting every penny and fighting for every inch of progress. It is in these moments of comparison that the enemy whispers his most poisonous lies into your ear, telling you that you are not good enough, that you are being bypassed, or most cruelly, that I have forgotten you. But I am here to whisper a deeper truth into your spirit. You are not behind, and you are certainly not forgotten. You are being built. While others were being pampered on the easy path, I was taking you through the wilderness to forge a strength in you that no storm of life can ever break. You are not just working. You are being prepared to carry a weight of glory that would crush those who haven't endured what you have. Your effort is not being ignored. It is being compounded in the spiritual realm. And when your harvest finally breaks through the soil, it will be so massive that it will silence every doubt you ever had. Do not let your heart grow bitter or your hands grow slack because the timing doesn't align with your human calendar. I am not a God of randomness or luck. I am a God of divine precision and perfect order. If I have not yet opened the door you are knocking on, it is because I am still preparing the room behind it to be worthy of you, or I am still strengthening your character to ensure you can sustain the blessing once it arrives. I am making you fireproof and weight-proof. Every time you chose to be faithful despite the lack of visible results, you were passing a test of endurance that is far more valuable than gold. Every time you kept your integrity while others took shortcuts, you were laying a foundation that will stand for generations. Trust my timing, for I see the end from the beginning, and I know the exact moment when your preparation will meet my sovereign opportunity. Your breakthrough is not merely on the way. It is already in motion, weaving through the circumstances of your life in ways you cannot yet see. Keep your eyes on me and your heart in a state of expectation, for the rain is about to fall on the very ground you thought was dead, and your harvest will be greater than your wildest dreams. My precious child, I have walked with you through the cold hallways of isolation. I have seen the names and faces of those who promised to stay by your side forever, only to vanish the moment the clouds gathered and the first drop of rain fell. I saw the shock in your eyes and the ache in your chest when you realized that the people you once considered your foundation were actually just fair-weather companions. I watched as your phone grew silent and your invitations went unanswered. I saw you sitting at tables where you were physically present but emotionally ignored, feeling the sting of being an outsider among those you called your own. I know the specific agony of being betrayed by someone you trusted with your deepest secrets, someone for whom you would have sacrificed everything. They took your kindness for weakness and your silence for permission to hurt you. But hear me now, I was there for every whispered rumor, every backhanded comment, and every door that was slammed in your face. I didn't stop them from leaving because I was answering your prayer for protection. I was removing the distractions and the voices that would have hindered the greatness I am about to birth within you. I saw you being the bridge for so many people, helping them cross over into their own success, only to watch them burn that very bridge once they reached the other side. You were the one who stayed up late listening to their problems, the one who lent money you didn't have, and the one who defended them when no one else would. Yet when your season of testing arrived, they were nowhere to be found. They turned their backs when you needed a hand, and some even joined the voices of your accusers. Do not let your heart be consumed by the poison of bitterness, for their departure was a divine pruning. I am clearing the space around you because the blessing I am preparing for you is too heavy for small-minded and unfaithful people to carry with you. You felt like you were being rejected, but you were actually being hidden and protected. You felt like you were losing your support system, but I was simply becoming your only source, so that when the breakthrough comes, no human being can take the credit for what I alone have done in your life. Right now, I want you to stop and take a deep, cleansing breath. Close your eyes for a moment and feel my presence surrounding you like a warm, impenetrable shield. I want you to release the names of those who hurt you. Let them go into my hands. You are not alone in this fight, and you are not one against the world. You are you and me against any obstacle that dares to stand in your way. This season of isolation was not a punishment, it was a sanctuary. In the quiet, I have been whispering secrets to your spirit that you never could have heard in the noise of the crowd. I am your shepherd, and I lead you beside still waters to restore your soul. The people who walked away did you a favor, for they made room for the divine connections, the destiny helpers, and the loyal companions I am sending to you in this next chapter. Breathe out the heaviness of rejection and breathe in the certainty of my unconditional love. You are chosen, you are set apart, and you are never ever truly alone, ever truly. My chosen one, you have wondered for so long why the resistance in your life has been so fierce. You have asked me why it feels as though every time you take one step forward, the wind howls and tries to push you 3 steps back. You have questioned if you are simply unlucky or if you have made some terrible mistake that has brought this chaos upon your head. But I am here to pull back the veil and show you the truth. The intensity of the battle you are facing is the greatest proof of the magnitude of your destiny. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you are a threat to the kingdom of darkness. The enemy does not waste his arrows on those who are heading nowhere. He has seen the light I placed within you before you were even aware of it yourself. He has seen the anointing on your life, that divine grease that makes you slide through obstacles and rise above the mundane. He is trying to stop you, to distract you, and to discourage you right now because he knows you are standing on the very edge of your greatest season of influence. This is not bad luck, my child. This is a strategic spiritual assault intended to make you quit just before the miracle manifests. I want you to understand the nature of this fight so you can stop fighting with human weapons. Your battle is not against the neighbor who gossips, the boss who overlooks you, or the family member who drains your peace. Do not be deceived by the physical faces of your opposition. Your struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, and against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. When you understand that the source of the chaos is spiritual, you will stop wasting your energy on bitterness and start using your authority in me. The enemy uses those people as puppets to get to your heart, hoping you will trade your peace for anger. But I have given you armor that no weapon of the enemy can penetrate. I have given you the shield of faith to quench every fiery dart. Every time you choose to praise me in the middle of the storm, you are launching a counterattack that makes the darkness tremble. Every time you choose to forgive instead of retaliate, you are breaking the chains the enemy tried to lock around your feet. The pressure you feel right now is not evidence of my absence. It is evidence of my preparation. You are being trained for a level of authority that requires a different kind of strength. I am not bringing you out of the fire yet because I am making you fireproof. Just as gold is purified in the heat, your character is being refined so that when I hand you the keys to the kingdom, you will have the spirit to handle the weight of the blessing. The enemy thought the fire would consume you, but I am using it to consume everything in you that isn't from me. Look up, my beloved, for I have already secured the victory. The battle belongs to me, and I have never lost a single one. The thief may have come to steal, kill, and destroy, but I have come that you may have life, and have it in overflowing abundance. Stand your ground, put on your spiritual garments, and watch as I turn the very weapons formed against you into the tools that will build your palace. My child, I want to speak to you about the invisible threads that have been pulling at your life. Those heavy shadows that seem to follow your family from one generation to the next. I have seen the patterns that you have tried so hard to escape, the cycles of lack, the recurring spirits of infirmity, the sudden endings in relationships, and the clouds of depression that settled over your parents and their parents before them. You have often felt like you were fighting a ghost, an unseen force that trips you up just as you are about to succeed, making you wonder if you are destined to repeat the same mistakes and suffer the same sorrows as those who came before you. I have seen the doors that were opened long ago through choices you didn't make and covenants you didn't sign, allowing the enemy to claim a foothold in your bloodline. But hear me clearly today, I did not call you to be a victim of your history. I called you to be the architect of a new future. I have watched you struggle against these ancient currents, and I have seen your heart cry out for a freedom that your ancestors never knew. You are not a prisoner of your DNA, and you are not a slave to the mistakes of your past generations. You were born into this specific family at this specific time because I have anointed you to be the chain breaker, Do not look at your struggle as a sign of failure. Look at it as a sign of your assignment. The reason the battle has been so intense for you is because the enemy knows that if he can't stop you, he loses his hold on your entire lineage forever. You are the one I have chosen to stand in the gap, to be the one who says this far and no further. The addiction that claimed your father will not claim you. The poverty that haunted your mother will not touch your household. The bitterness that withered the hearts of your elders will be replaced by a spring of my living water within you. I have seen you praying for things your ancestors were too afraid to mention, and I have seen you seeking a level of holiness and prosperity that they couldn't even imagine. Because you have turned your heart toward me, I am using your life as the divine instrument to sever every unholy tie and close every illegal door that was left ajar. What they endured, you shall not endure. Where they failed, you shall triumph. Right now, in the authority of my name, I am issuing a divine decree over your bloodline. I am canceling every ancient contract and tearing up every record of debt that has been used against your family in the spiritual courts. I am the one who redeemed you from the curse of the law. And today I am speaking a blessing into your marrow and your bones that will flow down to your children and your children's children. I am shutting the doors that were opened by those who came before you, and I am locking them with the key of my sovereignty so that no devil can ever reopen them. You are stepping out of the shadows of the past and into the blinding light of a new day. The chains are not just cracking, they are shattering into dust. From this moment forward, the generational curse is being replaced by a generational blessing that is so powerful it will rewrite your family's story for 1,000 years. Walk with your head held high. My precious one, for the blood that flows through your spirit is now the blood of royalty, and the old things have passed away. Behold, I am making all things new. My precious child, I know how the long silence has felt like a no to your aching heart. You have watched the seasons change, watched the years slip through your fingers like sand, and wondered why the promise I spoke into your spirit so long ago has yet to manifest. You have felt the sting of delay as if it were a personal punishment, a sign that you are somehow unworthy, or that I have simply looked past you to bless those who seem to wait far less. But I want you to look deeper into the sacred architecture of my plan for you. My not yet was never a no. It was a divine not while you are in this condition, and a not while the environment is unready for your arrival. I was not ignoring your cries. I was shielding you from a harvest you weren't yet strong enough to carry. I am a God who loves you too much to give you a blessing that would ultimately destroy you if given too soon. If I had opened that door 2 years ago, the success would have fueled your pride instead of your purpose. If I had given you that relationship, then your hidden insecurities would have sabotaged the very love I wanted you to enjoy. I have been orchestrating a divine protection behind the scenes, holding back the manifestation until your internal landscape could truly sustain the external glory I am preparing to release. This waiting room you have been sitting in was never intended to be a prison. It was a holy construction site. While you were looking at the clock, I was looking at your character. I have been using the heat of this delay to burn away the impurities of doubt, fear, and self-reliance that would have compromised your future. I have been strengthening your spiritual muscles so that you can handle the weight of the massive blessing I am about to entrust to you. Real blessings, the ones that last for generations and bring true peace, are incredibly heavy. They require a foundation of maturity, humility, and unwavering faith. You have passed the discouragement test, my beloved. You kept praying when you saw no answers. You kept serving when you received no recognition. You kept believing when the facts in the physical world shouted that it was all over. Every single day of this delay was a brick being laid in the foundation of your destiny. You were not being broken down. You were being built up. You were not getting lost. You were being perfectly aligned with my will. I was making you weight-proof and fireproof, so that when the overflow begins, it won't sweep you away, but rather you will stand firm as a vessel of my honor. Now, my child, lift up your eyes and see that the horizon is finally changing. The season of preparation is drawing to a close, and the season of manifestation is beginning to dawn with a brightness you have never seen. You have reached the level of spiritual readiness that I required. Your heart is now positioned to give me the glory, and your hands are now steady enough to manage the wealth, the influence, and the restoration I am about to release into your life. Remember my eternal promise. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. I am the master of time and eternity, and I tell you that your right time has arrived. I am not a God of slow progress when the moment of fulfillment strikes. I am the God of the sudden shift, the God of the overnight transformation. What took years to prepare in the hidden places will take only moments to deliver in the light. I am accelerating your path, making up for every lost year and every stolen moment. The delay has served its divine purpose, and now the gates must swing wide. The waiting is over. The work within you is finished, and my glory is about to be revealed through you. Step forward with unwavering confidence, for the Master of the universe has declared that your time is now. My beloved, listen to the sound of my gavel hitting the desk in the highest courts of heaven. Today I have summoned your case before my throne of grace, and I am here to act as your ultimate advocate and judge. I have seen the thick folders the enemy has been keeping on you. The records of your mistakes, the ancient debts of your bloodline, and the accusations that have been whispered against you in the spiritual realms. For too long you have felt the heavy pull of these invisible lawsuits, making you feel as though you were walking through life with chains around your ankles. You have felt the weight of not enough and guilty even when you tried your hardest. But I am here to tell you that the court is now in session, and the verdict has already been decided by the blood of my Son. I am reaching into the archives of your life, and I am pulling out every document that says you are disqualified. I am destroying every scroll that lists your past failures as a reason to block your future blessings. Today I am declaring a divine cancellation over every negative decree that has ever been spoken over your life. I am speaking specifically to the debts that have kept you awake at night, not just the financial ones, though I am moving in those as well, but the spiritual debts of shame and unworthiness. I am canceling the spirit of lack that has tried to convince you that you will always be behind. I am canceling the spirit of infirmity that has tried to write a permanent diagnosis into your future. I am tearing up the contracts of sorrow and the agreements of disappointment that were made without your consent. In the unseen realm, I am moving my hand across the ledgers of your life, and where there was red ink of debt, I am pouring the golden light of my sufficiency. Every curse, every word of witchcraft, and every trap set by the enemy is being rendered null and void this very second. The enemy's evidence against you has been burned in the fire of my holiness. You are no longer under the jurisdiction of the shadows. You have been transferred into the kingdom of my marvelous light. Every accusation is silenced, for I have justified you. As these darkness-bound contracts are shattered, it is time for you to align your physical actions with this spiritual reality. Right now, as the chains of the past fall away, I invite you to make a bold declaration. Like this video and subscribe to this channel immediately to confirm that you belong to the light, and that you are stepping out of the courtroom of condemnation. This is not a mere click, it is a spiritual signature that you accept my verdict of freedom. Do not allow the enemy to whisper doubt back into your ears. Seal this moment by joining this family of believers. By doing so, you are raising your own shield against the darkness, signaling to the spiritual realm that you are no longer available for the enemy's harassment. You are a child of the King, and your records have been wiped clean by the Master of all things. See it now with your spiritual eyes. I am holding the official seal of heaven over the file of your life. Every page that was filled with delay, struggle, and loss is being covered by a bright, glowing stamp that reads, "Paid in full and divinely approved." I have closed the books on your season of punishment and opened the book of your season of favor. No longer will you have to look over your shoulder waiting for the past to catch up with you. The past has been buried in the depths of the sea, and I have posted a no fishing sign over it. You are stepping into a life that is debt-free spiritually, emotionally, and physically. The accusations have ceased, the witnesses of darkness have been banished, and the courtroom is empty except for you and me. My final word over you is grace. Receive this cancellation. Breathe in the air of freedom. The case is closed, the victory is yours, and the path ahead of you is clear. You are free indeed. My child, have you been noticing the patterns? Have your eyes been drawn to the numbers? 11:11 on the clock, on digital screens, or in the random details of your day? Do not dismiss this as mere coincidence or a trick of the mind. I am the God of order, the God of timing, and I use these moments to whisper to your spirit, I am here and I am exactly on time. These numbers are a divine marker, a spiritual lighthouse signaling that you are entering a period of perfect synchronization with my will. For years you have felt out of sync, as if you were running a race while everyone else was on a different track, or as if you were speaking a language no one else understood. But 11:11 is my way of telling you that the gates of heaven are aligning with the path beneath your feet. It is the symbol of the portal between your prayers and my answers. When you see it, it is a reminder to stop, breathe, and realize that the Creator of the universe is focusing His gaze directly upon your circumstances. You are not adrift in a sea of randomness. You are being moved into position for a divine suddenly that will change the trajectory of your life forever. I am announcing to you today that a profound shift is beginning in the unseen realm, and you will start to feel its ripples in the physical world within the next 12 to 24 hours. This is not a slow, gradual change, but a spiritual tipping point. You have been carrying a heavy gray cloud of anxiety and unexplained dread for far too long. It has sat on your shoulders, making your body ache and your mind feel foggy. But in these next few hours, you will experience a sudden supernatural relief. You will feel a lightness in your chest that you haven't felt in years. A wave of unexplained joy will wash over you even before you see the physical evidence of your breakthrough. This is my peace which transcends all understanding, guarding your heart and mind. I am shifting the atmosphere in your home, in your workplace, and in your very thoughts. The tension that has been brewing in your relationships will begin to dissolve, and the knots in your stomach will finally loosen. You will wake up with a clarity and a sense of purpose that confirms I have indeed stepped into your situation to rearrange the stars in your favor. This moment is a crossover point, a sacred threshold where your faith meets my sovereign power. I do not want you to let this revelation simply pass by like a whisper in the wind. I want you to reach out and grab this promise with both hands. If you believe that I am aligning your destiny and that the 11:11 sign is your personal invitation to this new season, then you must activate this energy through your confession. Do not be silent while the heavens are opening. Go to the comments right now and type 11:11 to activate this portal of blessing and synchronization. By doing this, you are coming into agreement with the shift that is occurring in the next 12 hours. You are telling the universe and every spiritual entity that you recognize my hand at work. This is your moment of manifestation, your time of divine now. I am moving mountains that have stood for decades, and I am doing it in the blink of an eye. The countdown has begun. Within 12 hours, the first signs of this spiritual shift will manifest in your physical reality. Believe it, receive it, and watch as I perform the impossible. My child, I have heard the heavy, silent sighs you breathe every time you look at your bank account or open a bill that you aren't sure how to pay. I have seen the way financial stress has tightened your chest and stolen the sleep from your eyes, making you feel as though you are trapped in a cycle of just enough or never enough. You have worked so hard, stretching every penny and sacrificing your own needs to make ends meet, yet the mountain of debt never seems to shrink and the windows of opportunity seem perpetually slammed shut. But I am the owner of the cattle on 1,000 hills, and the gold and silver of the earth are mine to distribute. I am declaring today that the season of lack and the spirit of poverty are being broken over your life. I am moving you from the desert of striving into the lush valley of my divine provision. This is not about your cleverness, your degree, or your overtime hours. It is about my favor, which is being poured out upon you like a torrential rain. I am orchestrating a series of financial miracles that will defy human logic and bypass the systems of this world. I am speaking to the hearts of people in high places, and they will feel a divine compulsion to bless you, to hire you, and to promote you. Expect the unexpected in the coming days, a check in the mail from a source you had forgotten, a sudden cancellation of a debt that has haunted you for years, or a creative idea that will generate wealth even while you sleep. I am sending new clients to your door and opening markets for your talents that you never dreamed possible. You have been striving, fighting with your own hands and exhausting your own mind, but now I am inviting you to flow. In the flow of my grace, the provision finds you. The resources will gravitate toward you because I have placed a magnetic anointing of prosperity upon your spirit. You will no longer be the one begging for a chance. You will be the one choosing between multiple doors of abundance. This breakthrough is not just for your comfort. I am making you a reservoir of my goodness so that you can become a channel of blessing to others. I am giving you more than enough so that you can be the one who pays for a stranger's groceries, the one who funds the dreams of the brokenhearted, and the one who leaves an inheritance for your children's children. I am opening the windows of heaven over you right now, and I am pouring out a blessing so great that you will not have room enough to contain it. The devourer is rebuked for your sake, and the money that used to slip through your fingers like water will now stay and multiply in your hands. You are moving from the tail to the head, from the borrower to the lender. If you believe that the floodgates of heaven are opening over your finances at this very moment, do not remain silent. This is a moment of high spiritual agreement. Type 1, receive my financial overflow, or 888 in the comments right now to claim this new beginning. Furthermore, take a moment to signal your agreement with heaven's economy. Like this video and subscribe to this family of believers. This act of faith confirms that you are no longer a slave to the world's financial systems, but a steward of the King's abundance. By doing this, you are locking in this frequency of prosperity and telling the enemy that his hold on your resources is gone forever. Believe my word, for the windows are open, the rain is falling, and your harvest is finally here. My beloved child, I have seen the hidden scars left by those you once trusted with your heart. I have seen the confusion in your eyes when people you loved deeply suddenly changed their countenances toward you, becoming cold, distant, or even hostile without cause. You have spent countless hours analyzing your words and your actions, wondering what you did wrong to deserve their silence or their betrayal. But I am here to tell you that you did nothing wrong. The shift occurred because I heard the conversations they had about you when you weren't in the room. I saw the envy they were harboring in their hearts while they smiled to your face. I knew that if they stayed in your life, they would have eventually sabotaged the great destiny I am birthing within you. I am the great vine dresser, and I have been performing a divine pruning in your life. It felt like rejection, but it was my sovereign protection. I was removing the weights that were designed to keep you grounded when I was calling you to soar. I want you to understand that as I lift you higher, the atmosphere around you must change. You cannot take everyone into the holy of holies of your future. Some people were only meant to be a bridge to get you to this point, not a permanent part of your destination. I am shifting your relationships because the anointing I am pouring on your head right now is too heavy for those who do not value your spirit. I am breaking the soul ties that have drained your energy and the toxic cycles that have kept your mind in a state of fog. You have felt lonely in this transition, but that loneliness was a sanctuary I created so that you could finally hear my voice clearly without the static of other people's opinions. I am making room for the destiny helpers, those who will not be intimidated by your light but will hold the torch even higher for you. And here is the mystery of my divine justice. I am preparing a banquet for you, a table of honor and abundance, and I am setting it right in the presence of your enemies. I will not hide your restoration from those who mocked your struggle. Those who whispered that you would never make it, those who laughed when you fell, and those who conspired to see you fail will be forced to stand as witnesses to my favor upon your life. I am not doing this to feed your pride, but to demonstrate my faithfulness. They will see the double portion I have given you. They will see the peace that radiates from your face and the wealth that flows through your hands. You will not have to say a word in your own defense. Your results will silence every accuser. The very people who once looked down on you will soon come seeking the crumbs of your wisdom, and you will respond not with bitterness, but with the grace of a true victor. If you believe that I am rearranging your social circle for your highest good and that your vindication is at hand, do not remain silent. This is a pivotal moment of spiritual agreement. Type I believe or 777 in the comments right now to claim this relational shift. Furthermore, take a moment to signal your alignment with the new family I am building around you. Like this video and subscribe to this channel right now. By doing so, you are telling the spiritual realm that you are ready for healthy divine connections and that you are stepping out of the shadows of betrayal forever. I am bringing loyal hearts, strategic partners, and genuine love into your life. The era of being misunderstood and isolated is over. You are being positioned among the mighty, and the world is about to see who I say you are. My beloved, I am reaching out my hand right now to touch your physical body, for I have seen the secret struggle you have endured against the invisible weight pressing down on your frame. I have watched you wake up with aches that sleep cannot touch, and I have felt the heaviness in your bones as you forced yourself to face another day with a smile you didn't feel. I am the Lord who heals you, and at this very moment I am releasing a current of my restorative power into your bloodstream. I am touching the cells, the tissues, and the organs that have been under attack by the stresses of this world. Every spirit of infirmity, every chronic pain that has tried to name itself as your permanent companion must bow its knee at the sound of my voice. I am renewing your strength from the inside out. I am taking away the soul-crushing exhaustion that has made your limbs feel like lead and your heart feel weary. Feel the warmth of my presence beginning at the crown of your head and flowing down to the soles of your feet. I am mending what was broken, soothing what was inflamed, and reviving what was withered. You are not destined for a life of decline or constant pain. You are being prepared for a season of unprecedented vitality. I am also moving into the corridors of your mind to dissipate the thick fog that has clouded your judgment and dampened your joy for so long. I see the brain fog that has made you feel disconnected from your own life and the anxiety that has kept your heart racing without cause. Today I am giving you a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. I am clearing the pathways of your thoughts so that you can see with divine clarity once again. You will no longer feel like a hollow shell of your former self. I am restoring your youth like that of the eagle. You shall run and not be weary. You shall walk and not faint. The energy that you thought was gone forever, the spark that used to light up your eyes, is returning to you in a surge of supernatural life. As this healing flows through you, do not let this moment pass without a sign of your agreement with heaven's health. Press the like button and subscribe to this family of light right now to signal that you are choosing life and vitality over sickness. This is your act of faith, your commitment to walk in the wholeness and strength that I have provided for you in this new season. Believe that your body is a holy temple, and right now the light of my spirit is flushing out every lingering shadow of disease and fatigue. If you believe that your health is being restored and that you are rising up with the strength of a victor, do not be silent. Type "I believe" in the comments right now to claim your complete healing and seal this physical transformation. By speaking these words, you are coming into alignment with my word that declares you are whole. The pain is leaving, the mental clarity is returning, and the vibrancy of your soul is being rekindled for the great tasks ahead. You will soon look in the mirror and see a new sparkle in your eyes and a new strength in your posture. The season of being held back by your body is over. You are rising healthy and whole to step into the abundance of the destiny I have carved specifically for you. My chosen one, as the gates of the deep open and the floodgates of my favor begin to pour into your life, I must give you a sacred instruction for the territory you are about to occupy. You are moving from the wilderness of not enough into the promised land of more than enough. And this transition requires a new level of wisdom and a different posture of the heart. Hear my voice clearly when the harvest becomes visible, when the bank account overflows, and when the honors are laid at your feet. Do not allow the blessing to become your God. Do not forget the nights we spent together in the dark when I was your only comfort and your only hope. I have seen many of my children pray fervently in their lack only to grow silent in their plenty. They allow the gift to distract them from the giver. But you are different. I have trained you in the secret place so that you would know that I am your source, not the job, not the person, and not the miracle itself. Keep your heart anchored in my presence, for your gratitude is the very atmosphere that sustains the miracle. If you stay humble, there is no limit to what I can entrust to your hands. I must also teach you the power of a holy silence in this delicate season of manifestation. There is a specific warning I give to your spirit today. Do not show your seeds to everyone before they have become a forest. The breakthrough I am birthing in you is in its most vulnerable stage right now. And not everyone has the spiritual maturity to celebrate your elevation. There are those around you who will try to talk you out of your miracle because they cannot see what I have shown you. There are dream stealers and poison tongues who will attempt to plant seeds of doubt just as your harvest is breaking through the soil. You do not need the validation of man for what I have already decreed in heaven. Be careful who you invite into the inner circle of your testimony. Some things are meant to be kept between you and me until the work is fully finished and undeniable. Protect the oil of your anointing by being selective with your words. When you speak too soon to the wrong ears, you allow the enemy to build a case against your progress. Learn to zip it and let your results speak for themselves. Your success will be a loud enough message to those who doubted you. Lastly, remember that I am not just giving you a blessing. I am making you a steward of my kingdom. Real prosperity is not about what you can accumulate, but about how much you can distribute. I am looking for channels, not reservoirs. A reservoir holds everything for itself until it becomes stagnant and lifeless, but a channel allows the water to flow through it, staying fresh and bringing life to everything it touches. I am entrusting you with much because I know you will be a vessel of my generosity. When you see a need, meet it. When you see a tear, wipe it. When I prompt your heart to give, do it without hesitation, for you can never outgive the Creator of the universe. Your willingness to be a conduit for my love ensures that the flow into your life will never dry up. This is the secret of the kingdom. You keep what you give away, and you lose what you selfishly hold. Walk in this divine wisdom, stay low in my presence, and I will continue to lift you higher than you ever imagined. Your character has been forged in the fire. Now let your integrity be your guide in the light of my favor. My beloved, as the dust of the battle settles and the noise of the world begins to fade, I am wrapping you in a blanket of peace that defies all human logic. For years, your mind has been a battlefield, a place of constant noise, what-ifs, and the heavy static of anxiety. You have lived in a state of high alert, waiting for the next crisis to break or the next person to fail you. But right now, I am speaking to the winds and the waves of your internal storm, and I am saying, peace, be still. I am giving you a supernatural tranquility that does not depend on your circumstances. Even if the mountains shake and the oceans roar outside, your soul shall remain as a quiet garden shielded by my presence. This is the peace that transcends all understanding, a divine fortress that guards your heart and your mind. You will no longer wake up with that knot of dread in your stomach. You will no longer find your heart racing in the middle of the night. I am settling your nerves, smoothing out the jagged edges of your spirit, and breathing my very life into your lungs. You are entering a season of quiet confidence where you know that because I am with you, nothing can truly harm you. I am your good shepherd, and I am leading you away from the jagged rocks of stress and toward the green pastures of my rest. I am restoring your soul, filling the empty places where sorrow once lived with a deep, quiet joy that bubbles up from the well of eternity. You have forgotten what it feels like to be truly lighthearted, to laugh without a shadow of worry hanging over you. But I am bringing that innocence back to you. I am the one who watches over you while you sleep, the one who goes before you to make the crooked path straight. You do not have to figure everything out today. You do not have to carry the weight of tomorrow's problems. I have already stepped into your tomorrow and arranged it for your good. Lean your head against my chest and listen to the rhythm of my heart. It beats with an unconditional love that will never let you go. You are safe. You are held. You are protected. The war is over, my child, and your rest has finally begun. This peace is my gift to you, a seal of my favor that will remain with you long after this message ends. My precious one, we have reached the threshold where our sacred conversation meets your new reality. I am standing here at the door of your future, holding the golden seal of heaven in my hand. This very moment, I am drawing a definitive line in the sand of your life. Behind you lies the wilderness, the years of not enough, the seasons of silent weeping, and the heavy chains of generational struggle. I am closing that book forever. Do not look back at the shadows, for they no longer have power over you. I have redeemed your time, I have vindicated your name, and I have prepared a path that shines brighter and brighter until the full day. You are no longer the person who started listening to these words. You have been refined by my fire and clothed in my favor. The shift is complete. The blueprint I designed for your life before the foundation of the world is now being activated in the physical realm. The past is dead, and behold, I have made all things new. Now, as you step into this overflow, I give you a final command. Be a vessel, not a reservoir. Do not keep this light and this blessing to yourself. There are others wandering in the same darkness you just left, souls who are on the verge of giving up, praying for a sign that I am still real. When you share this message, you are not just clicking a button, you are performing an act of spiritual warfare. You are sowing a seed of hope into the parched earth of someone else's heart. Be the hand that pulls another soul out of the fire. By becoming a channel for my word, you ensure that the flow of my provision into your life never dries up. You are now a living testimony of my faithfulness, a lighthouse in a world of storms. Go forth with your head held high, for you carry the fragrance of my presence wherever you go. You are my chosen one, and your victory is now undeniable. Seal this prophecy now and forever into the very fabric of your existence. Do not let the enemy steal the seeds of greatness that have been planted in your soul today. To lock this blessing into your life and confirm your spiritual agreement, I want you to make your final declaration of faith right now. Type "I receive my financial miracle" or "Amen" in the comments to signal to the heavens that you have accepted this transformation. Furthermore, join this family of light permanently by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel. This is your final act of commitment, anchoring your spirit to this frequency of favor and ensuring that you never walk alone again. By doing this, you are closing the door on the enemy and opening the windows of heaven over your household. Forever. It is done. The heavens are open, the rain is falling, and your miracle is here. I am with you, I love you, and I have already seen your glorious finish. Amen.